Bienvenidos a Élite Billar. Y en esta oportunidad, amigos, quiero presentarles esta magnífica partida. Por un lado tenemos a Efren Reyes, ya muchos lo conocen, el mago, una completa eminencia del billar. Y del otro lado tenemos a Jimmy White, para ese entonces con 37 años. Esta partida es de un glorioso torneo llevado a cabo en una ciudad de Reino Unido, auspiciado por Matchroom Sport en 1999. El torneo contó con la participación de 64 jugadores profesionales de países como Estados Unidos, Alemania, Canadá, China, Filipinas, México, entre otros. Como lograron ver, Efren Reyes gana la salida y lamentablemente rompe en seco, para lo que Jimmy White tendría ángulo para entronerar, insertar o como prefieran la bola 1 y posteriormente continuar con la bola 2.
The anomalies of the new cloth.
And it's got as much support, Jimmy, here as the Welsh team will have in the rugby coming up this winter. Really has tickled the fancy of the local sports fans here in Cardiff and beyond from the valleys. Oh, it's drifted off.
Jimmy White acaba de cometer su primera falta y que, a juzgar por su contrincante, podemos decir que esa falta, ese error le costará la ronda. Aunque la bola 2 no le quedó con ángulo al mago, lo puede hacer fácilmente con la banda contraria. No obstante, sucede algo inesperado. Viendo la jugada desde el plano superior, notamos que si la jugada hubiese sido a dos bandas, probablemente hubiese tenido éxito en ese tiro. No obstante, es una oportunidad más para que White pueda ganar la ronda.
And he can't have been in many, I know he's a genius and a maestro of the game. He can't have been in many atmospheres like this for his pool Efren Reyes, Steve.
No, he can't. And of course, if Jimmy White is to win this game, he's not necessarily going to win it on experience. He's going to win it on the fact that this is the most exciting pool tournament we've ever seen in the world. And the crowd are up for Jimmy White. And Efren Reyes, with all his experience, probably hasn't ever experienced this type of atmosphere.
Well, it should be fascinating given that and the comments on the cloth being very difficult to get your alignment on. It had a lot of hammer since we started on Saturday when 96 of the
White estuvo cerquitica de prácticamente perder la ronda. Ese error prácticamente le debió de costar la ronda, pero afortunadamente y por lo impredecible que puede ser el billar, simplemente resulta ser el ganador de esta primera ronda. Uy, desafortunadamente se le acaba de meter la bola blanca al señor White, dejándole así el paso al mago Efren Reyes.
Two break-offs, two bad break-offs in many ways, and as we keep on saying, the game of 9-ball can be decided on the break. The best players in the world have the best breaks, and so far, one each on bad breaks.
Yeah, then the role model for the Filipinos, old and young.
Not too sure what Jimmy asked for there. If he asked for another cue, that's going to be 4 out there.
Yeah. He could build a fence with less wood than Jim's got around him.
Que el mago se posicionara justamente en esa parte de la mesa no es casualidad. Ese efecto que él le puso a la bola blanca precisamente es porque vio la oportunidad de lo que estaría pasando en estos momentos. Y es que esa combinación de la bola 3 con la bola 9 estaba prácticamente servida. Y acá saltamos unas cuantas rondas para que el video no sea muy extenso. Rompe el mago, metiendo así la bola número 4
Aghast once again, no control on the break-off, and he must be very frustrated, I think, Sid. You're not supposed to send that white ball forward. The ball was bouncing as it went and hit the one ball. It wasn't centrally on the one ball, and that's why the ball went forward. That is a poor break by Efren Reyes. I think I was talking to somebody, one of the knowledgeable pool players, who said
Pero la bola número 1, que sería la que tendría que golpear próximamente, no le quedó con un ángulo perfecto, por lo que el mago se ve obligado a realizar un push out.
Two ball in a more safe position, just in case Jimmy decides to put out a good one ball. The two is now a problem.
Veamos, acá Jimmy está buscando una combinación de la bola 1 y la 9 y ¡wow! Impresionante, señores, impresionante. Es una de las combinaciones que más hermosas he visto de estos magníficos jugadores profesionales del Billar Pool.
Balls have come funny here for Jimmy White. A ball not going in the pocket. Efren Reyes at the table. Let's have a look at the situation.
Aquí el mago metería la bola 1 y se posicionaría para atacar ya su siguiente bola objetivo. Pero tendría un pequeño inconveniente ya para la bola 3, por lo que está buscando la manera de quedar posicionado de una manera perfecta.
On a snooker table, yes. On a pool table, he can knock the 6 onto the 7. He can knock the 7 away with the 5. This would appear to a pool player to be, I think, fairly
Regulation.
easy. Yeah, I think so. Although he just had a little moment there, he didn't like it. I don't really know what he doesn't like.
Someone counter this to get in the last 16 of the World Pool Championships. And does this force past the brown? Or intermediate shot on the brown, red to brown?
You've got to think about getting back up for the 4. So under normal circumstances, I think he'd probably just like to roll this shot in so he doesn't jam a ball into the jaws. Now he's got to get back up for the 4. He can't play this shot hard because then he may hit the...
Parecería que el mago estaría buscando la manera de hacer una combinación, pero observen lo que sucede.
Oh, that was a tremendous effort. That's pure knowledge. A shot that I don't think we'd understand exactly. It's not perfectly on the 4, but he got a lot further down the table without moving the 7 than I thought he could. But now he's got a problem. He's got to retain position on
No le
that
quedó
5.
un buen ángulo para la bola número 4, por lo que el mago se ve obligado a utilizar el puente mecánico. Veamos si tiene suerte en tornar la bola.
This is tricky. Perhaps he's going to move the 5.
Well, if it does move, it probably goes in the pocket because of the bump it can get off the 7.
He's not lined up like that.
He's overcut it. Well, how often have we seen that?
The side spin there. Make the pot different.
A relatively easy
Falla el mago la bola número 4, dejándole paso al señor Jimmy White. Veamos cómo le va en su siguiente participación.
Away from the 4, and he overcut that. Jimmy White just has to play very good positional shot onto this 5. Sensible, leaving distance between the balls.
And he's got a wide pocket where the brown is.
Oh, I don't believe it. The only way you could snooker yourself on that shot was snooking yourself on the point of the middle pocket. He was fortunate in one way, he didn't go in off, but that white ball just travelled and travelled and travelled. Now Jimmy going off.
El señor White decide hacer un tiro, digamos, arriesgado a 3 bandas, lo cual lo llevó a cometer falta. El tiro realmente tenía visión, o sea, se podía ver, pero él decidió realizarlo a 3 bandas y ahí está el resultado. Probablemente lo que él quería era dejarle la bola blanca un tanto incómoda al señor Efren, pero no tuvo éxito en su osadía.
Immense distance from the bridge to the Q-tip. Total control.
saw a great game between Jim Rempe and Francisco Bustamente, and I thought that was just a superb game of 9-ball pool. When both lads came off the table, they expressed their dissatisfaction with their own standard to some degree, but I was thinking that the winner of that match may possibly go through to the final stages. But I think looking at the draw, I'm not absolutely sure, but I think looking at the draw, that one of these would have to play Efren Reyes in the semis. And what a lineup that would be, Bustamente versus Reyes. And Jimmy White.
Y se queda el mago Efren Reyes con la ronda número 13, dejando así el marcador 7-6. En este break no correría con suerte el señor Reyes, ya que se le metería la bola blanca en una de las troneras laterales.
So he's dancing on hot bricks. Means Jim. Is that a psychological impact on this man? Efren Reyes.
Efren Reyes, he's disgusted with his breaking off.
Absolutely.
He shouldn't be giving Jimmy White these chances from his break, and that's been the story of this game.
Clean as a whistle. That shot. This has got to be very thin. Position on the pink 4. Got just about perfect.
Quality control from Jimmy White there. And the tension's getting hot in the room. Dry on the table, that's why it's running so fast. Five balls for 7-all.
And we'd only have 3 to go. And just imagine what would happen in here if Jimmy won it. He'd make a bigger impact on town than Glenn Dewar.
Jimmy White is no stranger to last rack finishes. Of course, you'll all remember the first ever Mosconi Cup we saw Europe win. Jimmy White had to do the business in that one against Luda Bratera. And what happened? Jimmy held himself together and went for the finishing line and produced the goods. And of all the snooker players, I think perhaps Jimmy White has the best outlook on this game of 9-ball pool. 7-all.
Jim eager to get in.
Ronda número 15, abre el señor Jimmy White e inserta la bola número 4, teniendo también ángulo para la bola número 1, que sería su bola objetivo. Veamos qué tal le va en esta oportunidad.
Pink 4 in the corner. Jimmy White's got a chance here, even if he doesn't get position on the blue 2, that the blue 2 might be a combination off the 3 into the corner pocket. So as long as, oh dear me. Oh,
el señor Jimmy White lamentablemente falla el tiro hacia la bola número 1, dejándole el escenario al mago. Veamos ahí la repetición nuevamente.
Efren Reyes going to try and play between the 5 and the 8 for position, but he's just about got away with that. Quite a window there.
Blue 2, red 3, quite easy. Pink 4's gone. Loads of options.
Oh,
nice nudge up, yeah.
Clever shot there from Efren Reyes. Very rarely do you see a pool player cannon into another ball. They prefer to draw away from a ball, keep the table open. But Efren Reyes is a master when it comes to keeping those balls under control. And the all-important 15th rack may well be going Efren Reyes' way.
Doesn't hold it as loosely at the back as Bustamante does. Two-hand firm.
A little bit of concern there with Efren Reyes potting that ball, a bit more body movement than we've seen from him on some shots, but it went nicely into the pocket. Those eyes look focused.
Todo parece apuntar de que el señor Efren Reyes se estaría quedando con la ronda, dejando el marcador 8-7.
Looking good. Break 7, and he'll break off.
16, Efren Reyes to break, leading 8 racks to 7.
Well, disgusted. Efren Reyes can't believe what's happened on his break-off.
A sharp-tongued Bloodwin has just shouted out, "Come on, Jim, punish him," in the accent of the valleys. I think that's the Punishers.
Jimmy
Oh,
would
and
love
that
to.
shot says
Jimmy
it
would
all.
just love to. Done a bit of punishing in his time on a snooker table, Jimmy White. Oh, oh no.
Was that brave or reckless, Steve?
Don't ask me, I'm a snooker player, Sid. It was a tough shot. It was a tough shot to play. But you only need one good shot and you're in position at this game. So Jimmy White's philosophy, if I get that one good shot, I'm off and running. Now what can Efren Reyes do? Oh, is he too close to the two? He's landing on the two.
Very, very close.
Well,
Well,
that's the
now.
only, one of the few ways you can lose position in this game is by landing straight on top of a ball. And Efren Reyes looks to the sky there thinking, why on earth did I play that at that speed? Anything else would have been okay, but that speed, why that speed? Screwing his face up,
And I've got
talking
a
to himself.
feeling that the talking to himself is not exactly praying.
I think he's in far enough away from this blue too, though, that he's...
Knowledge that he knew that would go into the cushion on the line it was in, and he cheated the pocket.
Panic stations for Jimmy White. The 5 and the 9, when we look back at the table, the 5 and the 9 is a combination shot. Jimmy White knows he may well be within 2 shots now of going out of this World 9-Ball Championship. It will be sad for the tournament. Understandable, he's playing one of the greatest 9-ball players that's ever held a pool cue. But I'm sure the whole of Britain hopes that Efren Reyes does not get on this 5-ball and knock the 9 in.
You see the pressure on the legend there.
Una cosa que sí me queda claro es que una de las particularidades del mago es la de posicionar la bola blanca justo donde desea. Pero en esta oportunidad no fue así, ya que se nota claramente que él quería hacer una combinación de la 5 con la 9. ¿Qué opinas tú? Te leemos en la caja de los comentarios.
He's thinking, this game just drives you mad. He's thinking, why on earth didn't I play it another way? Now he's got to change his mentality on this strike. Safety or continue attacking? Can I develop this ball with a double? Can I bank it?
Well,
Do I play safe?
and one of the world's greatest ever putters is behind him. Or is he gonna? This is a safety shot. Oh, that's vicious what he's done behind the brown.
You've got to say he made the right choice, but he's given Jimmy White a chance he shouldn't have had. If I was Jimmy White here,
Señores, prepárense para ver una jugada extremadamente espectacular. ¡Wow! ¡Qué tiro! Increíble, señores.
The commentators are on their feet. Steve Davis is saying to
Impresionante la manera en la que el señor Jimmy White deja el marcador 8-8. Marcador 8-8. Esta es la última ronda en la que se decide la partida. Muy buen break, por cierto, de parte del señor White, metiendo la bola 1, 4 y 7. Sin embargo, tiene que realizar un safe shot porque la bola 2 no le quedó en muy buena posición.
This is so exciting. There's probably some cliches to come out with. I can't even think of them.
leave it to me, pal. No time for cliches. What a moment. Jimmy with the shot of the tournament.
He's got to play safe. I think he's got to play safe, Sid. Get behind that clump of 3 balls down there.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. A legend of the game. Boss of the Philippines team, Efren Reyes. Oh my goodness! What a time in Jimmy's career! To have now some tactical awareness, top of his list.
The long bank, and perhaps use that 5 ball down there to play a double there. But there is the chance, as you can see, the blue 2 off the side cushion up there. But I think, look at that wobbly line there. But I don't think the shot's on. He's got to hit it fairly hard, and it's going to go in. It may
Eight
clip
apiece.
the 3.
World Pool Championships. Oh, that is an amazing
Increíble la
shot.
forma en la que el
Great
señor
shot, and it's
Efren
close on the
Reyes
3.
solucionó el inconveniente de la
Not
bola
believe it's
2.
close on the 3.
Ahora tiene que realizar un espléndido tiro para la bola 3 y posicionarse para la bola 5. Estaremos viendo qué sucede
Right
próximamente.
hand side. And there was a reason he did that. Just wish I knew what it was. Now, is he too close? Is this a judgment shot? Could he misjudge this into the middle pocket? Or will Efren Reyes use all his experience to just cut it in and stay on the 5?
Well, we've seen some awfully tight knuckle shots. It's so easy to hit the point. Deciding wreck of the match, whatever happens, this replace in the last 16.
There's the trophy he wants to keep in that tournament. Like to fill that bowl up with champagne. May lose all your prize money in one go.
Well,
If he wins this, he deserves it. It was a great judgment to knock that ball in. This is tough.
middle of the pocket
Quality
from there,
shot.
from a
What
short
a quality
distance.
shot. He just didn't panic. He stroked that in. He knew it was a stroke shot. He knew he had to play it. It was with side spin. He just stroked it in. Cool and calm under pressure. One of the legends of the game. He's 3 balls away from knocking Jimmy White out.
But what a belter. Particularly the orange bank to 9 to pull it level at 8 apiece.
Done nothing wrong all night, Jimmy White, really, from a snooker playing point of view. But even so, Efren Reyes has managed to get out of jail here. And full credit.
Solo le queda al mago la bola 8 y 9 para convertirse en ganador de esta partida celebrada en 1999 en el torneo World Professional
Jimmy
Pool
White's
Championship.
purple patch. But what a match. Particularly how Jimmy got level. This for the match.
Y esto es del mago. Cabe destacar que el señor White, aún con los desaciertos cometidos, fue un contrincante formidable para el mago. Gracias por ver esta hermosísima partida entre dos grandes jugadores, Efren Reyes y Jimmy White. Si te gustó el video, no olvides dejar tu like y suscribirte a mi canal. Un fuerte abrazo. Esto ha sido Élite Billar.